Hi everyone, thanks so much for stopping by, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please subscribe if you like this video. Some of you have asked me to do a more glamorous makeup look, something you would use for a night out on the town or a special occasion. When I first made this tutorial, it was quite long, and people said, you can't do a makeup video that long. People would be bored, they won't watch, they're going to turn it off. So I did trim it down as much as I could. It's still long, but I really believe that there is such useful advice and great tips here, you want to watch it until the very end, where I reveal my absolutely fabulous, glamorous look, darlings. So let me know what you think. I'm going to do this makeup application as if I'm going to a special event. In other words, I want to pull out all the stops, but it has to last. I already have on all my skincare products, including my primer. I'm going to do my eye makeup first because it's going to be a smoky look, and I don't want all that smoky getting under my eyes before I even leave the house. So I'm going to start with my eyelid primer. This one is from Smashbox. It's a real favorite of mine. I've been using it for a long time. I like that it's flesh color and it has no shimmer. It does dry quickly as you're using it, so I'm going to start with my eyelid, work my way up to my eyebrow, put a little bit in the eye socket there because we will get a little bit dark in there. Many people forget it and it can make you look tired. So it's kind of a patting motion. Sometimes I feel like if you sweep it like that with your finger, you don't get a nice layer of it on your eye. So it's kind of like a patting motion. That looks good. Do the same with my other eye. So these are the colors I've chosen for this makeup look. This palette is from Morphe, and I have picked each color individually. I find that when I buy a palette that's already laid out for me, about 2/3 of them aren't right for me. I don't like them, or they don't go with my coloring. So I put together my favorites because at least I know I'll use all the colors that way. This color is called Celebration. It's a nice, soft, mauvish color, and I'm going to sweep it from my eyelids, not quite into my brows. And you see how it fades off before I get to my brow area. You see, I load my brush, that's when it has the most product on it. So I'll just go through that motion again. I'm starting at the lash line. That's where I have the most intensity. And I'm not reloading my brush. I'm just going up further. And if you want to blend it even more, you can just, you see how this is an empty side of the brush? It has no product on it. You can just continue with that side, and you'll get a nice fade that way. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. This color's a bit darker. It's called Bridesmaid. I'm applying this kind of in my crease and kind of on the outer side of the lid. Now, try not to get any color down here, because if you put some color down here, you're going to kind of visually drag your eye down. So try to envision a line. Let me use a pencil to show you something. If you kind of put an imaginary line from here up to your eyebrow, you're going to try to not get the eyeshadow on this part. I hope that makes sense to you. It keeps it all upswept. And when I do my foundation, you will get an opportunity to correct anything that's fallen down there. So don't worry about it too much. Okay, let's do the other side. So this color is called Barbie. It's just like the Barbie dream house or the Barbie car, right? Isn't that crazy looking? So I'm going to put it here, and like I said, this does start to look a bit nutty, but hang in there with me. You will see that it doesn't look as crazy as you think. it actually is going to make a nice little aura for the smoky eye. You'll see. So next we have this color. It's called Rosewood. It looks kind of like fuchsia to me, but that's what they called it. So I'm going to use a smaller brush this time. This is from my collection of brushes. And I'm going to put it on the outer half of my lid here. This is very white light that I'm working in here so that you can see everything. But remember, this is for a special event or an evening out or anytime you just want to get glammed up. And so the lighting is very different if you're in a candlelit restaurant, or typically an evening place will have dimmer lights. So this is not for going like to the supermarket or something. Although I'm not judging. If you want to go to the supermarket like this, fine, you do you. So now we're going to go darker, more dramatic. This color is called Gunpowder, and I like this color because there's no shimmer in it. So this is going to help me recess my hooded eye area. I'm going to use that same brush. The smaller the area that you're working in, the smaller the brush you should use. So in the beginning, you'll notice I was using my big fluffy brush because we were covering a larger area. But this is my smaller brush, and you'll see why. So I'm going to go into my crease like so. I can get a little puffy in this area, so I'm kind of visually pushing it back. And look, you see already, I haven't even blended it, and you see the effect that it's having. I will also go let it join up with this previous color, this fuchsia color. I'm kind of blending them together. And then I think I'll get hold of Mr. Fluffy here that I used before and just kind of blend it out. I love this brush. I always have about 3 of these that I'm working with. Some to apply the eyeshadow and some almost to act like an eraser. I think this might be my favorite makeup brush, my favorite eyeshadow brush anyway. Okay, you see that? Okay, I'm gonna quickly do the other side. Now this is a very dark color. I know it looks black, but it's kind of a really dark plummy purple color. It's called Royalty. Now these colors, these eyeshadow colors from Morphe, they are very inexpensive. They're about $2.50 each. So you can buy the palette, which I showed you before, and then you can make up your own collection. You don't have to get them all at once. So the prices are great. So I'm loading up my little brush here, and I'm going to put this color right next to my lash line. That's when I have the most product on the brush, so that's where the color is the most intense. And you might be able to see at this point that it's more of a deep, deep purple than a black. And then I am going to put it into that crease to join with that previous color. See, this is creating a nice fade. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'll pull it over a little bit when I have less product on the brush. Again, creating a nice fade. It's kind of like a V shape. It's like a V on its side, if you can see that. Okay, it doesn't matter if we look a little messy at this stage. There's going to be opportunities to tidy up the skin around the eyes. So don't worry, like I know this shape isn't that good. I'm going to cut it this way with some cleanser maybe. Okay. Again, I'm going to use my little fluffy brush here. Just feather that, that's good. I like it nice and blended. I don't like any harsh lines. Now I'm going to use a little highlighter just under my eyebrow, kind of above my iris. That's going to open up the eyes really nice. You see that little spark? Some of my subscribers ask me, is it okay to wear shimmery eyeshadow after a certain age? And my philosophy on that is that the areas that we can apply shimmer or anything sparkly, it gets to be in a smaller area as we age. Like this is such a tiny little space here, but it adds a nice little zap, a nice little burst of glamour there. So in an area like that that's not really wrinkled, it's fine in my opinion. Although if you want to put it all over your lid and that makes you happy, you should definitely go with what makes you happy. So as you've probably noticed, just because this is a smoky, dramatic eye, there still has to be a softness to it, in my opinion. That's why you often see me going back and softening an area, even though we're going to clean up afterwards when I do my under eye concealer and my base. But I look at both eyes, I evaluate them. And again, don't be too hard on that, because very often our eyes are not symmetrical. So sometimes it's impossible to get them perfectly balanced. So don't get too crazy about that. Next, I'm going to use an eyeliner. This is Rimmel Exaggerate. It's a nice, dense black color. I really like it. I'm going to start just above the iris here, and I'm going to sweep out, really keeping it close to the lashes. A mistake that I see some people making is that they do their liner and it kind of floats above their lash line, and you can actually see like a fleshy color between the liner and the lashes. So don't do that. Keep it's supposed to kind of be an extension of your lashes, making them look thicker and more dense and black. So just wing it out a little bit, and you can make this part a little wider than here. Now I'm going to go back here, keep it really thin so it hardly shows really. You see, the thing is, I don't have much visible lid, so if I made this really wide all the way along, you wouldn't see any. I'm going to soften it with my eyeshadow brush too. You can either soften it with Q-tips, you can have some Q-tips standing by, you can use your finger. Actually, I believe the end of this, whoops, it's broken. It has a little blender thing, and you can even use that to soften the liner. Okay, let me do the other side. Now, underneath the eye, I'm going to use a MAC eyeliner in Grape. Now, those of you who know your makeup know that this is a different color pencil from most MAC pencils, because it's been in my makeup kit for years, and I'm sorry to say they don't make this color anymore. But I did some research and there is an excellent purplish pencil, and it's called Rich Purple. And it's probably even better than this one because I think it will stay on longer. So, but I'm going to use this one for now. Here goes. So I'm going to put it nice and close to the lash line, and I'm not going to go any closer in towards my nose and around my iris area, because I don't want it too dark under there. Otherwise it's going to kind of close my eye up, I feel. So feather it out, and now it joins the rest. You see how I kind of linked it up to what's going on the top of my eye there. Yeah, that's a pretty color. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I feel like this is just maybe a little bit too purpley on the edge. So I'm using the grey eyeshadow that we used previously. It's called Gunpowder. And I'm going to just fluff a little bit over that pencil on the outer edge. Ah, that's so much better. I like that already. You have to play around a little bit sometimes. Okay, so I didn't make too big a mess under here, but I understand that if you've never done a smoky eye before, you might get a little messy there. So one of my tricks to clean up, if it's not too bad, is I get a little Evian. I love these little mini sprays. Sometimes I put them in my handbag, especially in the summertime. Or when you're traveling on a plane, you can just kind of spray your face. It feels good. But I find they're ideal for dampening my makeup sponge. And I'm going to go under here and just freshen it up a little bit. I did put an eye cream on earlier, but if you're dry under your eyes, this is a good time to add just a light touch of eye cream under there. Okay, so I have to tell you about this fantastic product that I found in Sephora the other day. I was looking for a very light foundation or a CC cream or a BB cream. I know it all gets very confusing, all the different options out there. So this, I would call it like a tinted moisturizer, but it's so much more. They call it Skin Feels Good, and it does. It's I don't usually go that crazy over foundations. I've kind of gone through a phase where I feel like they're all the same, but I was looking for one that wouldn't settle into my lines, and I know a lot of you feel the same way. So anyway, this is it. Lancome Feels So Good. We're going to try this today. So I'm going to just pump a little bit at a time. A little bit goes a long way. And whoops, what do I have here? Some eyeshadow. Get rid of that. Okay, I like to start where I have the most need, which is like around my nostrils, any little brown spots. Now this isn't going to cover my brown spots completely. I have another plan for the brown spots because this is a special occasion, so we want to look flawless. I mean, if this was just for running out of the house, this is all I would use, but you'll see. Anyway, and I'm going to kind of take it up, feather it off in the eye area. I'm going to use a concealer too. So I'm using mostly my fingers because, you know, I love using a brush, but if it's not necessary, you kind of save money because the brushes can absorb a lot of product. I have rosacea on my chin, so I'm just putting some on there. I'm going to use this fluffy brush now. I'm going in the direction of my lip lines there. My marionette lines there. I love my marionette lines. Not. And just a little bit down my chin. This is a nice brush. Makes me feel good. Right up to the eye area. Wow, it doesn't even look like foundation. I really love this stuff. I said that right, I really do. So I was really on a roll when I went shopping the other day. Sometimes I go to Sephora and I can't find anything that I'm looking for. They're crazy busy, but I hit upon a time that there weren't many people there and I could really take my time shopping. So I had seen this company advertised here and there. It's called Milk Makeup. And first of all, I really like the simple packaging. I think it's the packaging that always draws you, initially at least. And it's vegan, and I know a lot of my subscribers have been asking me to use a vegan brand that doesn't involve animal cruelty, so I'm listening to you. But I have a huge makeup kit, so it will take a little while for me to replace things. So this is a makeup stick. Let's see what it's called. Oh, I don't have my readers on. Flex Foundation Stick. This is nude, but they have a really good range of colors. So you have to go in and try on and find the one you like. Now, I can apply this directly to the areas that need a bit more coverage. And it's funny that it's called Flex because it really does seem to flex. Some of these sticks seem kind of dry and crumbly, but I really like this one. There. Bam! Go away, age spot. You're not welcome here. Not to where we're going. Okay, I'm just kind of patting that on those. Maybe, see, I really don't need much. I'm used to adding more and more, but I don't need to with this stick. It feels good. It feels like a skincare product, not a foundation. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to put you away for now. Until next time. All right, now, next, Milk Makeup. Again, this is an under eye concealer. And boy, I love this. I actually had another one all picked out and in my basket. Then I came across this and I liked it so much better. So, boom, boom, boom. So I'm just patting it on underneath. Usually I don't put enough on. I'm very light-handed, I think, when it comes to makeup. Maybe some of my new subscribers looking at this video, you probably don't think I'm light-handed, but I have made videos that are very natural, and I know some of my regular subscribers have said, hey, how about some more glamour? So I'm giving you some more glamour today. I hope you like it. I'm just going to blend a little bit with my foundation brush. Now you see how I'm kind of sweeping up my eyeshadow with that? There. Now it's nice and clean. Let me do the other eye and we'll see what you think. This color Plum is really making my eyes look green. It's good for green eyes, plummy colors. Why do we open our mouth when we do anything for our eyes? I just went to do that. I just went, I don't know what that reaction is. Like when we put our mascara on, we kind of gape our mouth open. Is there a scientific reason? Do any of you know? Let me know in the comments if you have a theory about why we, when we do our mascara, it's like, ah. I'll try not to do that. It's not such a good look for me on camera. Flawless. So keeping the skin nice and fresh and dewy, I'm going to use Bobbi Brown Cream Rouge. Is it called that? Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks. I never tried it on my lips, but why not? But this is called Blushed Rose number 3. There's the color. Okay, so I'm tapping it with my finger. I'm going to apply, at least start applying this with my finger. And I'm applying it kind of, if you look at my iris, I like to keep the blush on the apples of my cheeks, but kind of in this area. So it's an upsweep. It kind of leads the eye up your face, gives you a nice upswept look. And I just kind of do a little tap dance with my finger, you see? Like that. And it makes a nice cloud of color. It's okay if you encroach on this area a little bit because I'm doing that so it blends out nice. Went a little too high there. Okay, blend that down. I like this blush. It's nice and easy to apply. I've tried a few cream blushes and I couldn't get any color out of them. I had to return them to Sephora. They have a really good return policy, so I do like to shop there for that reason. They don't give you a hard time, and I only take a few things back because you can try on when you're there. Sometimes they even give you a little sample of foundation. They'll put it in a little container for you. I like to go when there's not many people there though. It can get very crowded. Okay, do that little tap dance. Do, 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 do. It's good to smile. Then you can see where your apples are. But don't put it too close to your nose. Otherwise, you look like you have that kind of old lady blush, you know, like little circles on your cheeks. You don't want that. What you could also do, since we love this color so much, so nice and healthy looking, you can put a little around the perimeter of the face, and you can either go back to using the foundation brush, or you could use a sponge just to blend it. And that gives you just a nice little flush of color, because that's what we're missing as we grow older. We miss that flush of youth. Oh well, we just have to wear makeup to get it back, that's all. Or do a yoga class, that will give you a nice little flush of color too. We don't always have to use makeup, right? Next, where's my powder? Oh, here it is. So this is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. Okay, I'm back with my big fat powder brush, which I love so much. So I just put a little powder in a lid, puff it around a little bit, and then I'm going to do this around the perimeter of my face. I don't want to look too shiny for pictures. You know, if you're going out for a special occasion, you might take selfies or people might take pictures of you. And it's okay looking dewy in some areas, like I do like to look dewy on the cheekbone. I think that looks good on almost anyone. But there's some areas, like around the forehead and on the nose. Did I put any makeup on my nose? Maybe I forgot. Oh well, it couldn't have needed it that bad if I missed it. So I'll put some on my chin because I don't like a shiny chin. So next I'm just going to put a little bit of bronzer around the perimeter of my face. Now when you're loading up your brush, what I like to do is just tap it in the mirror a little bit. That way it distributes the pigment around a little bit and you don't just get a blob of color on your face. So I like to start back here. That way you have the most product on your brush when you're back here. If you just start here, it's going to be too dark at the front of your face. So this is just a light dusting of bronzer. I'm going to put a little bit in the temples. This all joins in with the eye, by the way. Like, for instance, this color is a nice upswept color, right? So if you put a little bit of bronzer or contour up here, it just keeps the eye traveling upwards and it gives you that nice upswept look. Put a little bit down here. Now this isn't a contour per se, it's a bronzer. And the bronzer isn't going to like carve your face out like some contour powders do. It gives you a nice healthy glow, but it will shape your face to a degree. Okay, so let's do these brows. Now, you may notice that this eyebrow is a bit wider than this one. Just a little bit, but now's the opportunity to level them up a bit. So this one is a little lower than this one. So I'm going to use, this is a Bobbi Brown eyebrow pencil in Ash. It's a nice color. They do a gray also, but I find that the gray is a bit dark. I'm always looking for the perfect gray eyebrow pencil for my eyebrows. A nice mid-tone or lighter one. Usually they're too dark. Well, I think that worked already. So I'm going to fill in just a little bit here. And a little bit there. Just taking the time to look at them and make sure they're even. I'm not going to do too much. I'll just help with the tail end of them just a little bit. We'll keep them soft today. Since the eyes are so smoky, we'll go a little softer on the brows. This product is by NYX. It's a tinted brow mascara. And this is in blonde. But again, it's a nice ashy color, so it won't look too crazy against my hair color, hopefully. My eyebrows, I really should have tinted them before this demonstration. Oh well, this covers them nicely. So I'm just combing it up. It kind of makes them the same color too, because this eyebrow is a lot darker than this eyebrow, even when I tint them. So this is just a disposable mascara wand. I'm just brushing that tinted mascara through. Okay, that looks much better, right? Okay, mascara time. I'm going to use this little lash curler by Tweezerman. I like this pink color because it's easy to find in my makeup bag. Actually, it matches the makeup today. I didn't even plan that. So I like to give it a little press close to the root, then I bring it out a little bit. Some of you who have seen my videos before know that I like my lashes to look like a C shape on the way out, not like an L shape. So if you just crunch it down in one place, you kind of get a L shape. So try to do it in a few different places. 1, 2, and right towards the end, 3. I'll do it again on this side. 1, 2, 3. So I have found this mascara lately. It's by Too Faced. It's the Better Than Sex mascara. I don't know about that. That's a little sad, isn't it? I mean, if your mascara is better than your sex, I think you might have a problem. Anyway, it's a good mascara. Let's see. I like to put it on my lashes, wiggle it a little bit, and draw it out. It really does thicken your lashes up nice. Now, this is not the waterproof formula. I actually tried the waterproof formula and I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. It was kind of thick and a little crumbly textured. It's nothing like this one. And I did find also that this one is really long lasting. I mean, maybe if you really bawl your eyes out, it might run, but I think it's quite good. Okay. Woohoo! What do you think? I like it. This lip pencil is by Makeup Forever, and this is a really nice formula that's going to last you all night. Just a word of warning, always make sure you put the cap on after you've used it, because once in a while I don't do that and it shrivels up to nothing and it's ruined. So don't do that. So let's go. Let's put on this lovely lip liner. I can't speak to you while I'm doing this, of course. I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown lip color. Bobbi Brown is a favorite of mine. This color is called Plum Rose, and it's a moisturizing formula. I know some people like a stay-on formula, but I do find they're a bit drying. This one feels nice and nourishing on my lips. I don't have much left, so I'm using my lip brush. I like to use my lip brush anyway. I'm just kind of filling in between the lines. It's easy. Make sure you put your lip brush on the side like so, not like that. That makes it a lot more easier to control. I love this color. Now for those of you that want to learn how to keep your lipstick on all night, I did make a video about a month ago that's all about how to keep your lipstick on all night. So I'll put a link on it on the end of this video. There. Okay, so just, I think it's missing a little something. Well, not really, but I just want to, I just love this. Who wouldn't love this? This is Laura Mercier. Let's see what the color is called. It's called Indiscretion. Ooh, how naughty. So this is one of these items that looked so beautiful in the packaging, I had to buy it. Can you buy one cheaper that does the same job? You probably can, but you know, I get tempted into these things just like anyone else. So I'm using my fan brush, and the only place I'm going to put it is on my cheekbones, because if you put this all over your face like I've seen some people do, you can look a little sweaty. But there, just a little bit more zhuzh. Now, this is a good look in my opinion, and this looks finished. However, some people have asked me how to put on fake lashes, and if you're going out for a special occasion, you might want to try. So here goes. Okay, so I'm sure many of you are a little nervous about trying fake lashes. Now, there are some places that if you buy lashes there, they will actually put them on for you. So that's always an option for a special occasion. But I purchased these ones from Ardell, and they're called Faux Mink. And they're a very soft design. Some fake lashes are kind of crazy. They'll make you look like a showgirl or something. It's a good idea to buy them in a pack like this, especially if you're new at applying them, because you can just practice with them. I like to use this duo glue. This one is black, so it kind of blends in with your black eyeliner. Peel the lashes off the pack very gently. You can use your fingers or a tweezer. Manipulate the lash between your fingers like so. This will make them less stiff. Cut the band into 4 sections. This is going to make the application much easier, especially for beginners. Apply a light layer of glue to the first section. Fan the glue to let it dry a little. That's just enough. And I'm going to put this about, let's see, about there. And I'm kind of just feeling where that's landing. I think that's about it. You should feel it on your skin, and it's kind of resting on your lashes. Repeat the process using the second section of lashes. Actually, I'll fan it off a little bit. I don't like it when it's too runny. When you first put fake lashes on, they can feel very weird, and you can see them. But after a while, after about 10 minutes, you'll be amazed how you don't even notice them anymore. And I'm also going to put just a tad more liner over the top of that. Maybe, we'll see. See how good it looks. You can correct with liner if you need to. So I'm just pressing them together a little bit. You can even just tap it into your lashes with your finger. And again, I'll bring my fan back and just, this helps them dry quicker. Plus it makes me look like a diva, darling, right? So it's not quite dry, but that's without the lash, that's with the lash. Now I'm going to put on the other side. Okay, all finished. Now I'm going to dress fix my hair, and I'll show you the full effect. Be back soon. Okay, I'm ready for my close-up. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!